Hi, baby. Come in, Teresa. Hi, baby. You're so cute, baby. Baby. What's going on? I love you. Hi. Hi, baby. Anyway, I just planted a bunch of dandelion here, which I'm hoping will take quite easily for our tortoises, and then I can expand that if that works well. And then I'm gonna kind of make this sort of area. In that bag I have a bunch of the seeds I'm gonna be planting, and I will have to protect it in this area soon because lots of rabbits and deer and little animals that I'll want to eat the food will probably come pay a visit. So I'll have to protect it at some point, but I'm gonna get this all ready to plant a good veggie garden for a couple fall veggies as well as ones that I think will thrive in the summer, and then fruits like watermelon, cantaloupe. So I just wanted to record some of that today. Okay, so this is gonna be the first little patch for some squash. We had some volunteer squash grow on the property, which is not safe to eat, but it really thrived with the sun that we get here. So I'm just gonna be planting a few because the vines get really out of control, and so I wanted this area a little bit more isolated so that it doesn't take up you know, the sun and space for the other veggies that I plan to grow. And a lot of this is just experimentation to see what does well where on our property. This is the first real veggie garden I'm planting because, yeah, we didn't start the last one until too late in the fall last year. So this was the squash that I planted, and then I'm gonna do some watermelon and cantaloupe next, and just a couple of each as well, because they also need a large amount of space. Alright, these are sugar baby watermelons, or watermelon seeds, and this is the little patch that I prepared. I'm going to plant those and maybe one cantaloupe. They actually need a lot of space to grow, but I'm just going to see how it goes, and then I can make them more room if they need it. And I'm starting out super simple with the soil, but once our fruit and veggie compost is ready, I'll be laying some of that as well. And I'm just hoping that the conditions are right for it to thrive out here. Okay, here is my little cucumber patch, and I'm just gonna throw a few in there. I believe they also need a lot of space, but if there's some that are thriving and some that aren't, I'll just pull the ones that aren't, give space for the other ones. And then I'm gonna start a pumpkin patch, because the ones that I have will take about 120 days until they're ready to fruit, or pick, I guess. So yeah, okay, this is the pumpkin patch. This is what's gonna get right now. I did plant them all in there, and I know it looks messy, but I will, you know, improve as we go. So my little dandelions are sprouting up already. A bunch of really tiny sprouts after only 3 days. So that's cool. But then the thing that surprised me even more is that my cucumbers are sprouting up already. 3 days? I did not expect that. And they're even more open than they were this morning when I came out. That's very exciting to me. I just have to find a way to protect them because they do have bunnies here. But everything else I've just been watering: the squash spot, watermelon and cantaloupe, and the pumpkins. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is day 5, and these are the dandelions. They're starting to sprout up really well. And then this is 2 squash plants. So we have this one, and then this one still with the seed on top, which I think is so cool. And then over here, I only planted 2 watermelon and 1 cantaloupe. I believe this one is the cantaloupe, and that's one of the watermelons. It's very humid right now, so it might look a little foggy. This is all of the cucumbers that are sprouting up. I planted a lot because I didn't know what was gonna work or not, but that's very exciting. And then these are all the pumpkins, which I also planted a lot of because I wasn't sure how well they would do in the heat, but they are doing very well. I am gonna sprinkle some diatomaceous earth this morning on these because there's already some ants and other critters trying to move in here, so just a little extra protection. All right, so this is the diatomaceous earth. It's food grade, so it's not going to hurt anything. And then this was an ant pile already starting. It's fire ants, so I just put diatomaceous earth on that as well. And these are little things that I use to cover up the sprouts in the thunderstorms. Once they get bigger, I am going to be adding compost and then mulch, watering them more heavily, and all of those things. Here's a little garden update. The dandelions that were over here did not do well. They kind of slowly died. I'm not really sure why, except for maybe hydration. These are the 2 squashes that I planted. I put these little wire mesh things over them because some bunnies were starting to get to the leaves, like this one right here. I just didn't have enough yet. So that's cantaloupe, watermelon. One of those got eaten as well. Here is the cucumbers, and this is the patch that got, this part got a little bit eaten. These ones are doing really well. And this is the pumpkins, which I'm super proud of, but they look like they're gonna need shade soon. The leaves are yellowing a little bit, but there's quite a few of them, and they seem to be doing well. So I'm almost to the point of adding some compost and mulch, probably give it one more week, and then start developing this whole area more with shade and some pallets to protect it more and things like that.